Hey y'all, welcome back to A Dash of Gratitude. My name is Beth and I'm out here by my garden. I thought I'd give you a quick little update. It is August and I did have a July update for you, but the quality of that video ended up not being very good, and so I'm just going to skip it. I'm not going to post it, and we'll just skip on to August. So also, I'm looking a little bit wild today. We were supposed to go to the pool and we changed our plans. So let's get over to the garden. Here is an overview of what we've got going on out here in our container garden. It is a hot one out here today. It's 94, although it feels like 104. Goodness gracious. But it's not so bad. I'm out here barefoot on the driveway, so I mean, it's hot, but it's not that hot. All right, so we haven't seen much growth on these two little pots that I was gifted by my mom. These are peppers. These three are peppers, and this one's a tomato. We did get one tomato off of this plant already, and you see there's one here, but it has not really grown very much at all. I'm not sure about that. I'm happy to see there's a tomato, but I don't know why it hasn't grown more. My black-eyed Susans are pretty darn spent. A couple of them are hanging out. They're looking all nice and cheerful, but I need to trim them back so I can save some of those seeds. Those have been so pretty this year. The strawberry patch is looking lush, but there's really no more fruit on it at this time. Looks like there might be a little bit more coming, possibly. Those have been so sweet this season, and we have enjoyed them so much. All right, so my tomatoes, look how tall. They're so tall. And the chocolate cherries here are turning a beautiful color. We've been able to pick several of those this season. And then these San Marzanos, we've had several fruit. And these down here are just starting to turn color, so that's so nice and pretty. I'm excited about those. My basil is growing so well this year. You know what I might do? I might make some basil tea when I'm done with this tour. I think that sounds really good. All right, these other tomatoes are doing all right. These are green tomatoes, and I actually don't even know. How do you know when it's the right time to harvest green tomatoes? I mean, they're green. How do I know that they're ready, though? If you know, let me know, because I've never grown them before. This here is another type of basil. It's also doing really well. And then over here, I've got some blooms, well, some flowers. They're actually not bloomed yet, and I don't remember what they are, but they look good. Back here, we've got lots of jalapenos. I need to harvest them and do something with them. The first batch that I picked, I actually put them in some homemade salsa that turned out really, really good. Maybe I'll do that again. And then back here in these buckets along the back wall, these are okra plants. If you're not from the South, you might not know what okra is, but there's one right there. They're really, really good. A lot of people like them fried. I really just like them raw. I like them pickled. I like them fried. I like them in soups. I just like them a lot. This one here is really, really big. It's really too big to eat. So my plan for that one, once they get this big, and once they get any bigger than your index finger, they get too fibrous and really hard, so they're not enjoyable to eat. But anyway, what I'm gonna do with that one, I'm gonna leave it on the plant, and I'm gonna use it for seeds for next year. This first plant in this white bucket has been the strongest and best producer this year, so I would love to have seeds from that one for next year. And my plan is to plant more okra next year, probably 10 plants or something. So anyway, oh, look at my basil. That one is so sad. I'll probably have to cut that one back. It has gotten so big, it's just fallen over. Everything out here needs a good drink, and I don't know if you can really tell, but it looks like we might get some rain. But either way, I'm going to give it a good watering anyway. All right, this red bucket here is, or I guess was, cucumbers. And I was actually going to pull it out and just, discard this plant because it's pretty spent. I mean, we got several cucumbers off of it, but then I noticed that the blooms were starting up again, and maybe we'll get more cucumbers. So I'm gonna let it hang out and see what it does. I'm not an expert, I have no idea. This is my first year growing cucumbers, so I've enjoyed it, and we'll see what else we can get from that plant. All right, this down here is a flower that I bought for our front yard, and it's looking really pitiful. I'm just going to let it stay because the blooms are there and they're nice, but it's so pitiful. I need to water that. Anyway, that's an overall from the garden, and let me show you our elderberry and then our little berry patch around back. All right, back here is our berry patch, is what I kind of call it, our fruit area. It needs a little bit of weeding attention back here, but it's done really well this season. Everything has done really well. It's nice and lush. This here in the red tomato cage is an elderberry, and if you watched my first garden tour video, it was so small. I mean, it was like, it didn't even touch that top, that first little red level there, and now it's so big, it's like shooting out way above it. It really has grown so much this season. These hostas are looking beautiful. I love the purple blooms on them. And then just real quick over here, because there's really nothing with fruit on it right now, but oh wait, I take that back. But real quick, we have a pomegranate, blackberry bush. These 4 pots over here are blueberries. And then let me show you the fig. All right, here is our fig tree. I bought it this year at a local nursery. And look here, we have an actual fig. I think that might be ready to pick. I'm not sure. I need to like look up exactly when that's ready to pick, but oh my gosh, how fun. First season fruit bearing fig. Is that normal? I don't know, but I'm excited about it. I love that so much. Really quickly, I just want to share with you this beautiful plant over here. We brought these bulbs with us when we moved into this house, and I planted these out back kind of in a shady spot. And I don't know if you can tell how big this is. Let's see. This middle spine in there is like the size of my whole forearm, like from the tip of my middle finger to my elbow. We got these from my husband's cousin, and she told me they're called palm caladiums. They are absolutely beautiful, and they come back every year, and they're just so big and robust. They're kind of shiny. And we also down here have some elephant ears. These were planted already when we bought this property, and they're really nice. They're beautiful too. They're lush and abundant. I really need to pull some of those weeds, but look at how beautiful they are. And they're similar to the palm caladiums, but it does seem that the elephant ears down there are a little bit, they're not quite as sturdy as these palm caladiums. So I love these. I love the elephant ears too. I'm happy to have both. They're absolutely beautiful. Just as I'm finishing up this tour, it has started barely sprinkling, so I hope that those clouds will just let out the rain. We could really use it. Hopefully it'll cool things down and not steam us out. And you know what? Let's go in and make some basil tea together. Also, here is an update on the citrus tree that I bought at the beginning of this season. It's got 3 different types of citrus in there. I will link this company below. I bought this from Costco, but you can also order from this nursery. Anyway, it's doing really well. It's got lots of good new growth this season, and it's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. We've had a couple of little baby citrus fruits that have grown on, but it was recommended to pick them off and not let them grow this year. So that's what I did. It's looking real good. Also, look at this sweet baby maple tree. Let's see. I'm not sure if you can really see that really well, but it's a little baby maple tree. My good friend Julie gifted this to me. It's from her dad's maple tree. So it's a baby that shot off right from her dad's tree. It's so beautiful. I have always had really good luck growing basil. It's been really easy for me to grow. It grows in abundance every year that I've ever planted it, and it comes back the next year even. So this is an excellent way to use fresh basil, fresh from the garden. And today I decided to add a little bit of rosemary as well. So you're going to rinse whatever herbs you're going to use, put them into the bottom of a mason jar. This one is a quart-size mason jar. And then I had this water boiling over on, well, it was warming up on the stovetop. It was just about to come to boil. And I turned it off the heat, and I'm just going to cover all the herbs with that hot water and let it steep for 15 minutes. I was just leaning over this tea that has been steeping here. It smells so good. And I have not ever added rosemary into my tea before, but I don't know, that sounded really good to me, so I wanted to give it a try today. It smells so good. So I'm going to pour this into this other jar. I'm trying not to make a big mess. And then with these spent leaves, I will just put those in my compost bin. Wow, that smells really, really good, that rosemary and the basil together. It has a bit of a mint type essence in there actually. All right. I could go ahead and sweeten this tea with a little bit of honey. I do have some local honey. And I might add a little bit. I don't really like sweet beverages. I don't really even like sweet tea. I know, oh my gosh, I live in South Carolina. That's almost unheard of for a local to not like sweet tea. I used to really love sweet tea, but I got out of the habit of drinking it a long time ago. And now I don't even like the taste. But I do think that I will add a little bit of honey. So I have this local honey from she's actually a friend of mine I know from homeschool, and this honey is from her bees, and I'm just going to intuitively add a little bit. You can sweeten to your own liking. If you were to make this tea, you can also sweeten this with sugar or any other sweetener that you like, and adding a splash of fresh lemon juice is also delightful. Add the honey when the water is still pretty warm. That way it will combine nicely. And let's give it a little taste. That's pretty dang good. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. Okay, so from here what you can do is put this in your refrigerator, let it cool all the way down. Serve it over ice. You could also enjoy it warm. That would be fine too. I think I'm going to let it cool a little bit more just because it is so hot outside, and I will enjoy it over ice in just a little bit. That is really good. It's like, it tastes like how summer smells to me. Basil is one of my absolute favorite garden scents. It's earthy, it's fresh, a little sweet, no, I think it's just right. I was gonna say maybe add a little bit more sweet. I think it's just right. It's a little different. It's not like sweet tea, y'all. But it's really, really good. Also, I gotta show you what it's doing outside. It's like can you hear that? The clouds rolled in and the rain is coming down. So I'm gonna show you out on our back porch. We have a tin roof out there and it's really loud, so let me show you. How about that rain? Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful that we are getting the rain. We really could use it. We really need it. And it's just coming down out there in sheets. I don't know if you can see. It's so dark out there, but anyway, it's just coming on down and thunder. What a beautiful storm. If you haven't already, it would really mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And thunder. I love a thunderstorm. My kids, the girls don't love thunder. I don't think Robbie's bothered by it, but I love a good thunderstorm. I think I'm gonna take my tea out to the back porch and enjoy sipping in the storm. Thank you so much for adding a dash of gratitude to your day. We'll see you on the next video.